MashaAllah. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We have been having classes, but not on YouTube. Okay, we are doing off camera. So today we start our in camera lectures. Okay, the topic we are doing is change of formula, in it. That means if we have a formula, we can rearrange it by making one the subject of the formula. Yes. An example is if we say A plus B is equal to C. Now we can make A the formula, we can make B the formula, because this tells us that in other way C is equal to A plus B. Okay? It's the same, other way you arrange it. But we can make A the subject so that we have A is equal to, or B the subject. Can you put all your mind here, please? B is equal to. Now to do that, here we can definitely say B is equal to C minus A, or A is equal to C minus B. Okay? Now we make B the formula of this equation. Just like a straight line. Okay? So the equation is like this. Okay? What do you call this? This is called the y-intercept. Okay? So this is where the line crosses the y-axis. So this equation y is equal to 2x plus 3. That means here is 3. In it, yes? And the gradient of this line is 2x. But here, y is this subject, in it. Y is equal to 2x plus 3. But what is x? By doing that, you can easily calculate where it crosses both the lines. Because we are going to say then 2x plus 3 is equal to y, in it. Then 2x is equal to y minus 3. X alone will be half of y minus 3. Because if you want to get rid of the 2x, we divide this by half, in it. We add this side also by half. That's the principle of equation, in it. Multiply by half, in it. Yes, not divide. If you have 2x is equal to y, you want to get rid of the x so that you have x is equal to, you have to multiply this side by half and that side by half. Basically, you have done nothing. Okay? Like somebody tell you 2x is equal to y. If you multiply this side by 2 and multiply this by 2, you have done nothing. You haven't changed it. Because you just put a scalar. You can also say 4x is equal to 2y. You divide both sides, but you come back to your 2x is equal to y. Divide both sides by 2. So basically, that is just a convenience to solve the equation. Now, in the GCSE, they are not going to give you a simple change of subject like this one. Okay, they are going to give you complex one. Maybe in the first 10, they can give you a simple one. But if you want to make it an A answer or A star mark, then you have to expect a very difficult question. Now let's look at a circle. What's the area of a circle? Pi r square. That means area is equal to pi r square, in it. So if we are asked to make r the subject of the equation, we want to have r is equal to something, in it. That means r is now the subject of the equation, okay, or subject of the formula. Now, if you are doing these things, it will be difficult for you to turn everything to the other side. So put it the other way around. R square is equal to a, because you are going to move what is on this side to that side, so that at least you have one r standing outside. So it's better to turn it around. Okay? Now here, first of all, we eliminate the pi by move pi over the equal sign, because we want to get only r on this side. Most of you have to put your mind here. So r square is equal to a over pi. How do I get that? I divide both sides by pi. Huh, Ali? Yes. So at least I have r square is equal to a over pi. Now what did I say? If you have a square on this side, what do? Square the other side in it. That's the rule we said. if you have square on this side, x square is equal to y. To get rid of the square, you have to find the square root of this side and the square root of the other side. Just like I multiply each side by 1. Finding the square root of both sides, it doesn't change anything. The square root of x squared is what? X. Only x. Because square root means something to power half, in it. So if you have k square, you multiply by power half, you are left with only k. Because square root means, we have done indices and you all know that. Okay, square root means to power half. Okay, like this. Square root of k means k to power half. The cube root of k means k to power 1 over 3. Do you get it? So that's the trick we have to apply here. Now, in the same token, if there is a square root on this side is equal to y, to eliminate the square root, okay, so that we have x is equal to which we want at the end, we have to multiply, so square both sides to eliminate the square root sign. Because the square of a number, x times square of the same number, will be that number. That's a mathematical principle we do on the sorts. Okay, very simple. Square of a number times square of a number is the number itself. The square root of 7 times the square root of 7 is equal to 7. That's the principle you all know. Okay, just for the iteration. Now here, in order to get r, we have to find the square root that side is it. So r alone will be square root of a over pi. Okay, this is what we call changing the formula. It's very simple. Sometimes you have to find the half of it, sometimes you have to find the square root of it, sometimes you need to factorize. Now that's a difficult area you guys didn't get it. When you have to factorize one side. Okay, let's indulge ourselves in looking at some difficult. 3 into x plus y is equal to 3 into x plus y. Okay, look at this. 3 into x plus y is equal to 5y. Now, if you look at this superficially, it may look a bit complex, but it's not. In the principle of mathematics called bit mass, what do we do? Okay, bit mass, we clear bracket first in it before everything else. So we have to multiply this out. It will be 3x plus 3y is equal to 5y. Now we have to arrange all the y's, irrespective what variable is after y. Okay, if we have ya, yb, whatever, we have to arrange them, move them to the same side. So here we can arrange it the other way around. Okay, we move this here in it. So 3x is equal to 5y minus 3y. With 3x is equal to, we have our y outside in it. No. 2y, okay. Equal to 2y. Okay, then y, what is y? Y is 3 over x divided by 2. That is our y. In the same token, we can be asked to make x the subject of the formula. Okay, so this is simple. Okay, in maths, it's practice. It's all about practice. Let's look at this. Does it look like a is equal to root of w minus c. Hold on, w minus a. I find that the formula to make w minus a. I found this fascinating. It's not like this a and that a are not the same.
No, I doubt it. No. But one's capital A, so it shouldn't be the same.
Yeah, I think they're all triggers.
So it's area, okay? Now, as I said, all this thing is square root in it. So to get rid of the square root, what do we do?
Square.
W minus A is equal to A. So if we square both sides, we get rid of the square root, yes? If you square that side, you have to square this side also in it. Okay? So here we will have W minus A is equal to A squared. Okay? Then look at here. If we have W minus A, what are we looking for? We are looking for W in it. So this is equal to A square plus A. That means that A and that A are not the same. Okay, that look like area and then look like another variable, length or whatever. Okay? All these are not difficult. They are all simple. Okay? What look like a complex one? Question 8, yes. H is equal to R square over 4 plus 3A. And we are also make R the subject, okay? R. We want to make R the subject. Now let's look at it together. First of all, what should we do? What did I tell you should do? Let's put this side here first, yes? And say R square over 4 plus 3A is equal to H. Because it's R what we want, so that we have R and move everything to the other side, so that we have R remaining. So here, this is 1, and this is another item, yes? So we have to move this one first in it. So we are left with R square over 4 is equal to H minus 3A. Now what do we do?
The 4.
We have to eliminate the 4 in it. How do you eliminate the 4? We times both sides by 4 in it. So here we are left with only R square is equal to, don't leave this like this, put 4 into the, put 4 outside and then multiply all that thing in the bracket. Now we have got it now. Therefore now, R will be equal to what? Square root of all these in it. 4 into H minus 3A. This is not difficult. I don't think this is difficult. Okay? So I don't know what the reason why you guys didn't get everything right. It's only when we get everything correct, we are going to move forward. Because we will assume that we know when we don't know. And this is a very, very famous area in the exam. Which one? Where do we get that from?
We did that in the book yesterday.
Okay. Our yesterday question said B is equal to A plus root of 3S. Square root of 3S all over root of N.
What are you making the formula?
Now what are you supposed to make a formula of? S. You make S the formula. Also, don't forget, you know the famous formula called compound interest, yes? We have A, what will we earn in the future is equal to the principal we deposit now plus 1 plus the rate of interest to power number of years. Do you remember this formula?
Yeah.
It's also called compound formula. A is equal to P into 1 plus R to power N. Okay? This is called compound interest as opposed to simple interest. When you put your money in the bank, okay, and end of the year they add an interest on top of it. If you take out the interest and give the same amount of money there, if you put £100 in the bank, they give you 5% in interest. After 1 year, you earn 105, but you take out the £5. You remain the same 100. That's called simple interest. But when you keep the whole 105 there in the account, okay, for another year, that is called compound interest because the interest is paid on the interest previous year. Okay? Also, it's called compound decay. And that's what we saw yesterday. They said the pool of crocodile in a pond is 200 crocodile. Okay? If they die at a rate of 5% a year, how many crocodile will be left after 5 years? Do you remember that question yesterday? Yeah. All that you can solve through compound interest. It's not only on money. Okay, that's why yesterday when we solved the question, all of you can't remember, but because you failed to apply compound interest to that situation. Okay, now let's go to our this stuff, this question. We want S. Okay, and S is on that side, so we move everything here, and we said A plus root of 3S over root n is equal to B. Why? Because what we are looking for, what we want to make the subject of this equation is on this side. So we have to move everything on that side. Do you understand? Yes, and we have to do it methodically. Not squaring this side because there's a square root here. No, it is only 3s square. It's root of 3s, not a root of a plus 3s, all of that square, or all of this square. No, it's root of 3s and root of n. So we must solve this step by step or systematically. First, we cross multiply in it so that we have what are we looking for? Only that on this side. So when we cross multiply, we are going to get a plus root of 3s is equal to b root n, meaning b times root of n. Yes. Now small, we are getting close to our s. Plus 3a on this side, so we move to the other side. We left with root of 3s is equal to b root n minus a. Now we have our old root on the one side here. Okay? When we said when you have root on one side, to get rid of the root, you have to square it. Because root of a number times the root of the same number will give you that number. Root 5 times root 5 is 5. That's right. Okay? Just like when we do solving quadratic equation. Okay? There are some equations you can't factorize.
No solution.
Okay? No solution. But if you apply that rule of root 7, okay, you can't sometimes. Okay, now look at it. But remember, root is not a rational number. What's a rational number?
A number of
Positive or negative whole number. Okay. Now there you are. So if we square this side, we will get only 3s. We have to square the whole of that in it. B root n minus a, all of that square. Don't be fooled. Okay, it's not square this one and square that one. It's square the whole thing. Now we have our s. Our s is equal to get rid of the 3, you must divide both sides by 3 in it. So here we are going to get b root n minus a all square divided by 3. And mathematically that is 1/3 root b root n minus a all square. That's how you write it mathematically. This is correct, but the mathematical way of writing is that way. That's better. Okay? Small, you guys are getting it. Is it? Now let's look at our compound interest. P into 1 plus R. Let's say they want you to make R the subject of the formula. What would you do first? First, move this thing that way. It's equal to A. Because what we are looking for is in this side. Rather than moving it that way, okay? From right to left. It's better right to left, yes. So left to right. Now, first of all, we eliminate the P in it. So 1 plus R to power n is equal to A over P. Why A over P? To eliminate the P here, we divide both sides by P in it. That's right. Now we have a complex thing here. What should we do? Get rid of, how do we handle the root? No, this is a square. That's not a square. That's to power n. That's not a square root. That's not a square root. Now, look here. Y to power n. Okay? If you want to eliminate it, we have to multiply it by 1 over n. Yeah. Just like y square, you want to eliminate it, you have to multiply it by y square times half. Same number. You get it? If it is y to the power 1 over x, you want to eliminate this, we multiply it by x in it. Yes. So the same thing. Same thing. We have to multiply this side by what? 1 over n in it. And this also, remember all of that. Do you get it? Yes. So therefore we are left with r now. 1 plus r is equal to a over p to the power 1 over n. So r alone will be equal to a over p to the power 1 over n minus 1. R is the rate in it. So if I tell you at what rate must I deposit 200 pounds into the account for 5 years to earn 500 pounds. So that means after 1 year, year 0, 5 years, I put in 200 pounds in the bank, I must get 500 after how many years? 5 years. What rate of interest must the bank give me to earn that? That's what this question is telling you. Okay? So you can substitute everything to that? Yes. Hennet? Yeah. That's what is you want. So your A, which is what you want to get after 5 years, 500. Your principal you should deposit is 200 in it. To power 1 over n minus, all that minus 1.
That wouldn't be 1 over 5.
1
over 5.
5. Yeah. We're looking for the rate in it. So 1 over 5. Yeah, right. 1 over 5 means fifth root of that, yes? So basically this is 2.5 to power 1 over 5. You need a calculator for that. Minus 1. That will give you the rate in it. Yes. You don't need to. You just know that this is how to work it. That's what I'm looking for. Okay? Now tell me if you think that you need to do more examples. Now look at a funny one, which I think it was in 2015 GCSE question. I think so. Okay. Can you guys do it, or you want us to do it together? Oh, okay. Tell me, who will volunteer to work step by step?
When you make the subject the formula.
We are making G the subject of the formula. Okay? Making G the subject of the formula here. So we have G is equal to. So what do we do first?
We switch it around.
Switch over, yes? 2 pi L over G is equal to T in it. So what do we do? We eliminate the 2 pi in it. Yes. So that we divide both sides by 2 pi in it. So here I will left it root of G is equal to T over 2 pi. What else? Because we have square root, what do we do?
Square the whole thing.
Exactly. So when we square this, we are left with only L over G is equal to square root of all, square, sorry.
Square.
Yes. Eh? T over 2 pi whole square. Okay. Now, you guys, is it good to leave this like this?
No.
You can, but mathematically it doesn't look nice, because when you come here, you're going to get a problem. Now, if you want to do G, or let's say, first of all, let's make L the subject, okay? We can do L other than, but because if we make G, it's going to be complex. We're going to move over and over again, yeah? Okay, let's make G, and then we can L first, we can make G. Now, we want L, so we cross multiply. In it. It's just like eliminating g in it. Yes. So we have to multiply both sides by g in it. Yes. So L will be equal to g times t over 2 pi all squared. Is this nice?
No.
It doesn't look nice mathematically. So we are going to say this is g times t square over, what is 2 square?
4 pi.
What is 4 pi square? Pi square in it. Is this not a nicer one? Over 4 pi square. That look nice. Now, assuming here we wanted g as a bit of the formula, we have to still multiply, cross multiplying it. Yes, we'll come here. When you come here, L is equal to g into t square over 4 pi square. Okay, what we are looking for is g in it. So we have to move all this to here to have only g on this side in it. So that will be L over t square over 4 pi square. Mathematically, can you leave this like this? No. What do we do? What do we do? Up. That is equal to g. What do we do mathematically? Do you want me to help you?
Try to get rid of the 4
When,
pi.
no. When you multiply something by a fraction, what do? If you have x over 2 over 3, what do? This is the same thing as saying 2x divided by 2 over 3. So what do?
Reciprocal.
You find the reciprocal. It is 3 that is dividing that one, yes? It's this one that is dividing that one in it. So that's the one which will change. The x will not be changed, but the 2 over 3 which is dividing x will change. So x is equal to, times 3 over 2. Since this has changed to times, the fraction has to reciprocate in it. So this will be 3x over 2. So the same thing apply there. What do?
It would be L
So it will be
pi, L 4 pi squared.
L
L 4 pi squared.
4L pi square over t square. That will be our answer. You get it? Yeah. It's time for Maghrib, so we can do more